Carlos, in many ways, this is the thinking that led Dow to think about, like, okay, if you are in a world where you need a dramatically larger, that you see a dramatically larger demand for renewable power or low carbon power, then you need to explore other technologies, and that's, I guess, what led Dow probably to think about piloting or doing a demonstration of the small modular nuclear reactor on the Gulf Coast. I guess, what can you talk about it? And
not much, because I'm not involved. I can see the logic behind, and actually I was going to say that I find the technology that Matt's working on extremely attractive. And maybe we can talk about that later. But yeah, there's an advantage in using nuclear reactors, right? And especially if you can run these reactors at very high temperatures. So a light water reactor will run at, say, 300 degrees centigrades. That's still medium quality heat. But if you're running a nuclear reactor at temperatures in the neighborhood of what we run our steam crackers at, then you could make use of some of that energy in the form of heat to drive these endothermic reactions. And then the electricity you can use later in the rest of your train to do separations, to turn electricity into mechanical energy for all your compressors, your refrigeration units. And that's why I like your technology so much, because it's the same story. Mm-hmm. So actually, when I heard that we were moving into that space, I asked, why don't we consider non-nuclear solutions? And one of them is solid oxide fuel cells. Right. If you're using a hydrogen fuel cell, it's the same story. You're running at very high temperatures. You're not turning all of the energy in hydrogen into electricity. You're turning some of that into heat. So the heat could be used for an endothermic process and the electricity for the rest of your process.
And so that's some of the stuff that we have talked with the Department of Energy, the nuclear office. How do these technologies integrate both in the circumstance where the light water reactor today, they're facing economic pressure about what price they can sell their electricity. So they're looking at models where you can try to centralize chemical production and use that electricity at those prices. But I have also heard them talk about, the small modular reactor located in the refinery, the refinery of tomorrow, I guess. And you have electrolyzers and other technologies there to help you work from that position. So I know that those are things that, I've seen, the process studies are coming down, and we're taking a look at, how do we help identify materials technologies that will get you into these challenging spaces that will be different from what we've been doing for a long time.